Alright guys, so what is up? What's going on in the hood? Just kidding, we don't all live in the hood. Alright guys, so first things first, per usual, don't mind my head. I attempted to do my bun that I had the last time because I actually liked that bun. And it didn't come out the way I wanted to. I mean, it's not horrible, but I don't really love it. Like, whatever. So it's gonna stay like that. I finally have an appointment to get my nails freaking done, and I'm so excited about it. Like, you have no idea. My nails look a little red to y'all. It's because of my hair, but yeah, I'm super excited. But anyhow, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so as you know, yesterday I put up a Snap and Instagram post for you guys to send me ideas for story times. This story time is kind of like gonna be advice in a way. A supporter Snapchatted me and I thought it was a wonderful idea. She figured, since, you know, obviously I took a break and came back positive, a different energy than I had before, that she wants to know how I did that, like how the time away from you guys helped, what I did to cope with certain things. Obviously, I'm not going to say, you know, specifics, this situation I did this, or that situation I did that, because we're not going to bring up the old situations. So I figured, like, that's a really inspirational video for one, and it could also help her because she wants to, you know, find different ways to go through negative times in her life. So I was like, you know what? I really like that video idea. It's inspirational, it's helpful, and also a story time in a way. So basically what I'm going to be telling you guys is like how my time away went, things I did to heal or cope through everything. If you guys been here, sorry, my ear's really bugging me. If you guys been here for a while, then you obviously seen me from way back when. So you know that there was a lot of hard things that happened that I had to deal with. So one of the major things that helped me, because I am obviously a public figure, and that was out in the open for everyone in the world to see, a big thing that helped me, even though it was the last step I took, honestly, was to remove myself from the social media, just because, you know, a lot of people, and I know some people it's not to pry, like a lot of people ask about certain situations that I don't talk about anymore. So like sometimes it was innocent and a lot of times it was not innocent. So to take myself away from social media was a big step, although I did it last. It was the most beneficial for me, I feel like. So like, some situations were harder than others. Some were just like, okay, that happened, boom, boom, bam, cry, get over it, bam. Others were like, oh my God, I feel like I'm really debating life right now. And that is true. Hopefully I don't get emotional in this video because I really don't want to cry because I just put lashes on. Not cool. But it depends on the severity of the situation, I guess. You know, obviously people are going to have their opinions and comments on relationships, friendships, you know, things like that end and we're public. So that's all fine and dandy. Those situations, like, I don't feel like were very hard to heal from. I mean, you deal with it. You take your time, find yourself, do things that make you happy. Now, guys, I know that I drank and acted a fool. Everybody, oh, fun day, drunk day. No, not in the sense that I was drinking. That's not, I wouldn't recommend doing that because it's not good. And it gets you out of character. Like, I feel like if you feel the need to have that in your system, you're trying to escape your reality. And that's real. Like, you're trying to let me just drink this away. Let me just drink that away. So I wouldn't recommend doing that for anyone. Don't drink your problems away. You know, obviously if you're young and at that time in life, or even if you're older and still got time to party and have fun, all for it. Like, You know, obviously when Makala was here, like that was fun drunk day. Like, okay, it was all fun games, whatever. We were just chilling, having a great time, and I was in a good space in my head at that point. Like better, not great, but a better space in my head at that point. So when I was drinking, it wasn't to numb anything. It was to really have fun. But earlier in time when I was drinking, it was to just be like, you know what? Bump this. Chugging them back. So I wouldn't recommend that for anyone. I got interrupted, sorry. But so what I would recommend is to really just take the time to deal with your feelings. Like, honestly, yeah, I know it sucks. I know people hate to be sad and hate to cry and hate to feel anything other than like greatness. I totally get that, because I like to be happy. I don't like to be angry. I don't like to be sad. I don't like to do any of that. But when something drastic changes in your life, something that was like a normal to you, and then it's like, oh freak, no, that's not normal anymore, then you know you get in a place that's unusual to yourself. So I would recommend to just basically like feel it. And I know I've said that before, like you really do need, my ring is blinging, but sorry guys, yeah, you you really do need to like feel your emotions and deal with them, because if you don't, then you just end up somewhere later down the road in a worse predicament than where you could have been originally, had you just dealt with it in a proper way instead of going out and drinking and lashing out and doing things out of character, which is another thing. Try not to let people get you out of character, because at the end of the day, people are going to talk, people are going to say what they want, whether it's truth or lies or whatever the case may be. Only you know your character, and only you can keep you in character. So I would say to make sure that no matter how hard it is, always try to stay in character. However, we're human. So if you get out of character and things happen, then you have to know not to dwell on it, to just deal with it. And that's also a part of healing. Like if you ended up getting out of character and you got yourself there, then you have to also know how to be like, you know what, it's okay. It's all right that I got out of character. Let's not make a habit of it. But I got out of character. I was upset. It's all right. And you have to know that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to sit in your room for weeks at a time. Obviously, talk to somebody. Don't just, if you're talking to someone or you're not alone, then I feel like at first, initially, it's okay to feel your feelings and just lay on that bed and do whatever you got to do. Feel what you have to feel for that time, but don't stay there. Like a lot of people try not to feel their feelings and they just go like boom. No. So in some of the situations, I healed from like whatever, because I felt my feelings and then I was out and doing whatever. Now situations that are like hard, that make you feel like you were, how do I want to say it? Like basically situations that make you feel like because that thing, person, whatever is gone, like you feel like you lost a part of yourself or something, like the major things, the very important things that happen and then change. Like say you have a family member that passes away, or you're someone who's had a miscarriage or lost your child or something like that. That's what I mean by big situations. Obviously, relationship and friendship loss is hard and it's sad, but things that are like mega important, like being a parent, losing your parent, things like that, those situations I feel like are easier for people to want to harm themselves. Like, to keep it 110% with you guys, I was at a point where I felt like I wanted to do that, but thankfully I had Makala. So, like, I'm not saying, oh, go bounce and hop in a relationship and all your problems are gone. That's not what I'm saying. Like, luckily for me, Makala came into my life at a time where I needed her the most. And, she helped me through a lot of things. So it's important for you guys to have a friend or someone to talk to that, when you're upset, you could just call up and cry. And, whatever the case may be, you just need to feel those feelings. And also, there was a point in time where I wouldn't talk to my therapist because some burdens are hard on a person, and a person can only take so much. So it's important to remember that too. You're human. You're a person. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to feel these feelings. But if you get to a point where you feel like you need help, then go and get that help. And there's not a problem with that, because I know a lot of people think, oh, people are going to think I'm crazy. People are going to think I'm like just off. No, we're human, and a human can only bear so much. So if you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I can't deal with this on my own, I need to find some ways to cope with it, some ways to deal with it, someone to talk to, then I would seek going to get that help, because it is beneficial. And I'll be the first one to say I had to do it, and it really helped me down the road. Did I keep it consistently? No. Like, I just called up my therapist if I was in a really bad day. Some days are going to be better than others. Nothing's wrong with you for that. So one day you're going to be happy. Nothing's going to bother you. Everything's going to be good. And then some days you're going to wake up like, this is on my mind. And it's not going to feel nice, because it's a situation that is unchangeable. So you're going to feel like, okay. Then at that point, obviously go out, enjoy the weather, have a cup of coffee, draw, find another outlet that makes you happy. Something I did was I wrote letters for myself to keep. I just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote until I couldn't write anymore. Every day until I didn't have to do it anymore, which I don't do it anymore. So outlets like that help. And I know it might sound corny, but it's really things that help. So every day I would get up. I had a routine. I'll get my coffee. I'll get up, get my coffee, sit in my living room, pull out my notebook, and write. And it's a routine that really helped me, and it's something that I was like, okay, this is the new swing of things. Like, this is what I'm going to do every day until I feel like I don't need to do it anymore. So that's what I did. I went to church. I know not everybody's religious. I don't necessarily, you don't have to believe in church, but I feel like everyone needs to believe in something bigger than them. Something greater than you, something better than you, bigger than you, that will help you to feel like everything's going to be okay. This is just for now. In the end, everything is going to be okay. And I'm not talking, not a person. You have to believe this for yourself, and it has to be something, not a person, not another human being. It needs to be you have to have that belief in something bigger, something unseeable, something bigger than you and better than you that gives you hope. Like, no, listen, this is going to be okay. So what I did for me was I went to church with my mom. I believe in God, yes. I don't go to church all the time. I'll go with my mom here and there. But I was at a point where I needed to believe in something bigger than me. And so I did. I went to church, and I went to prayer. We went to prayer for an hour, and you literally sit there and pray for an hour, and I put everything in God's hands. Like, I just vented out. This is how I feel. This is what I want. I want it to be better. I want to feel okay. I want this. I want to smile again. I want to not feel that pain. I want to just go. So yes, I went and I gave it to something bigger than me that I feel like helped me. Like, there would be nights where I would sit home and I would write and put on church music. And to me, church music really helps. Like, even if you don't go to church, just listen to the words of some of the songs. Like, my favorite song was Break Every Chain, because, you feel like things are weighing you down and there's nothing you could do, and just one thing after the next and one thing after the next. Boom, 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 boom. So I would listen to Break Every Chain by Tasha Cobbs. I love that song. And I would cry, but I would sing it and feel it. Like, sing it and want it. I want to break every chain. I want to be happy. I want to get rid of this. I want to learn how to deal with this. Like, you have to want that. And that's a big part of healing, is you need to want it. It's not going to just happen. And it's hard. Like, yeah, it's easy to sit here and talk about, but it's hard for people to actually be able to do it because it is something that is really freaking hard. Like you just feel so down, you have to find a way to pick yourself up. There was another song that I really like. It's called Clean This House by Isaac Curry, I believe. My mom would be so proud. Yeah. But that song is about cleaning yourself. Clean this house, clean yourself, and just redo. Clean this house, clean this. You've been doing this wrong, you've been doing that wrong. Here it is. Bam, get it together. So, like, that's major things that I did was I gave my problems to something bigger than me. Something bigger, just have it. And I believed. You have to believe. That's another thing. I'm not saying you have to believe in God. You have to believe in whatever. It could be you love the sky and the sky is beautiful. I want to give my problems to the sky. The sky is never ending. It's beautiful. It's, whatever. You want to give your problems to that. It could be you want to give your problems to nature. You love nature. It's bigger than you. It's something. You just need to believe in something bigger than you. That it's not the end of the world. Everything's going to be okay. Things happen for a reason. So you have to believe that whatever higher belief you're giving it to got you, pretty much. Like, I had to believe that God got me, that God was going to get me through it, that I was going to be okay. And I had to believe that, and I had to feel that. And I did. And I'm okay. And I've gotten through it. I have hard days sometimes, but nothing like I had before. Like, it's like, I don't know, everybody has bad days. Some days I wake up just in a sour mood, but that's normal things and that's okay to feel. So that's really, really important. And now we're going to touch on the social media. Social media. If you're a public figure, it's really hard. Like, people don't let things rest. You could try and tell people, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk about that, and they don't let it rest. Sometimes it's innocently. And I know that a lot of people feel like if I started my channel a certain type of way and then I'm no longer doing it that way, that, oh, well, you started it like this, so we're obligated to You're not. Everybody's entitled to change. Everybody is entitled to change and do things differently in ways that they didn't want to do them before, or in ways that brought attention that's not wanted anymore. That's a part of growing up as well. Things change in you. The way you see things, your aspect on life is going to change. So, like, for me, I feel like I should have probably cut social media out sooner than I did. But, I mean, I still did it and it helped me. Like, I took the time to really focus on myself and do things that made me happy outside of social media. Because obviously I love to make videos for you guys. I love to give you guys advice. Like, this video I know will mean a lot to a lot of people. But, like, you have to be okay with yourself alone, basically. Because technically I have you guys. Like, hey, yeah, I could go live and chit chat if I need to, if I'm feeling down or anything. But no, you have to learn to cope on those things alone. As well as, like, if you're in a relationship. My relationship initially basically was brought out to the public because of who I was. So, to not do that gave me time to just better focus on my relationship too. Like, and that's with anyone, friendships, relationships, anything like that. It gives you, like, just better ways to be yourself and do your own thing outside of making videos for people around the world and things like that. Because you have to be okay with yourself and for yourself to make sure that you're going to be all right and you don't get the urges to want to hurt yourself. Or if you do, you know how to deal with them, and you know that it's okay to deal with them because, like I said, we're only human. We're going to feel ways. Things are going to hurt sometimes, but that's okay. So basically, in a nutshell, my advice to everybody would be to just keep your head up when you feel down. Do feel your feelings, obviously, but if you ever get to a point where you want to harm yourself and you're thinking about it and you just feel like it's unbearable, then talk to someone or find another outlet. Like, I would try to talk to someone first just because your life matters. But, you know, and I'm not saying, oh, go get a therapist. Like, you could just call somebody and vent and talk and feel a little better, and then put yourself on a routine. Like, okay, in the morning, to start my morning, to start my life fresh, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I'm going to sit here and write everything I feel today, right now, last night. And then I'm going to carry on with my day because I vented. I let that outlet out, and I'm good. And that really, really helps. I know y'all gonna be like, this girl's just like, what is she talking about? But no, it really helps. So I hope some of you guys take this advice and use it. But I do love all you guys, and I hope that everyone is staying in a good mental space right now with this quarantine going on. And if anybody does need any advice on anything, comment down below. I'd love to give a video on it. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments for me down below. And I just really hope that this helped you, to my lovely supporter, in any way you need help.